Okay, hi, I'm Mark. What we're doing right now is we're over at our camper where we have it stored. It's scheduled to be inspected next week, and after that, we'll actually be ready to go. Now, our camper came with pretty much nothing. Sometimes your camper will come with some supplies, or they'll say all the supplies you need. Ours didn't. So I really basically went online and other places to try to get our basics here. And I'm going to go through and show you just kind of what we've gotten as I pull it out here. Now, one thing that we have, which I know looks a little strange, is this little rubber gasket. I don't have our sewer lines yet. They're coming next week. But this actually helps if you are at a campsite where you have direct drain, where you can put that in, and this will hold your sewer line in place. It also can come in handy in some dump stations. Of course, these two tabs, you can secure it. It also helps wiggle this thing out. So that's one little thing. Now I can't tell you for sure that that's a great idea or not. That one was one I bought that just looked like a good idea to me. I'll let you know down the road how that works. This is just a post for our front jack stand where we just have a block of wood under it right now. Smaller, easier to transport along those lines. This is just a water line splitter that allows you to hook up to your camper and have a separate hose or water outside your camper if you don't have that. This kit right here I think is fairly important. There's a couple of pieces in here that are definitely important as far as I'm concerned. This big yellow one is actually probably the least important, but it is a hitch lock. It goes right on the front of your hitch so that it's harder for people to steal your trailer when you're in a park or something, or when you have it parked. Now, people can get into this, but at least it's a deterrent. There are other ones which are made much more sturdy than this. But for now, I just went with this one just mainly for when we're in campsites. More important than that, actually, are two things. This is a receiver pin lock. This is going to go on your vehicle right here. It actually is you're always going to have a pin, but that one's going to lock your receiver on there, where nobody can pull that off. This is another very important one. I know it's hard to see, but there's a little pin right here that locks. That actually goes right in here and locks that in. Normally, it would just be a pin with a clip, but that will lock that in. Now, the real importance of having those locks to me is once you're all hooked up and you're going on a trip, naturally, if you come out from a meal or something, you should check all that stuff to be sure it's secure anyway. Will you remember to do that or not? That's questionable. This way with these, someone can't come by and just pull your pins out, which, believe it or not, they'll do, and your trailer can drop, or you can lose your trailer while you're going down the road. So that is all of that stuff. What we have here it's a leveling system. Now, what you need to do is you'll often be parked on uneven ground. So what this does is this will level your trailer side to side. Obviously, one side will be lower than the other. These are designed so that, let's see if I can get one out here. These systems are designed so you can set them up so you either back on them, or if you set them in front of the wheel, go forward. And as the wheel goes up on it, it will raise your trailer higher and higher. Once you get it right to level, this goes in and locks in underneath, and your trailer's level. All you have to do is drive it until most people have a little level in the front of their trailer. You can see right when that's level, and you're done. These are actually rubber pads that go under the level. There's two of them because we have a dual axle. These pads actually go under the whole system. That helps to stabilize it and also helps in uneven ground. And let me see what else we have here. I'll repack this stuff in a little bit, but don't need to at the moment. We'll just set this stuff aside. These are leveling blocks. Now this technically is a whole other system and way to do that rather than that for the wheels. That's not really what I got them for. This is the set of 10 blocks. As you can see, they're about 1 inch high and they come up separately. Now, what I wanted these for was you have your 4 scissors jacks. They aren't really used to jack up the trailer, but once you have it where it's at, you put those down really to keep everything in place. If you're parked on uneven ground or soft ground, or even if you're parked on asphalt, it's a good idea to put one of these under each foot, because that keeps the metal foot from scratching the asphalt, or it keeps them from sinking into the ground. So they come in really handy. The other thing that they can come in for is if your 4 inches of lift aren't enough, you can put them underneath your leveling unit, or if you're on an angle where your scissors jack won't reach the ground, you can use those to support that as well. So those are, that's a good thing to have right there. And whereas this might be a little overkill, I got 2 boxes of these just to have them, but I always like overkill rather than underkill. These are sets of chocks. Basically, whichever side you're not lifting, you're going to want to chock at least 1 wheel front and back. Or you can, if it's a dual, you can do 1 wheel and the other. Really doesn't matter, that's fine. Either way works on me. But that's the way of securing your side that is not on your leveling blocks. And the last unit that we have right here, which I'm not really going to open it up for you, but this is your sewer hose support. Now what this does is this opens up, they're often called like sewer slinkies. This will open up to 20 feet. And as you can see, it starts up high and goes down the further you go down. Closer to what that does is it holds your line in place and it gives you a proper drain angle for your sewer. So it's not going to clog on you, and it was going to keep you functioning. It's also going to be something that supports it, keeps it from getting kicked around. Now that's pretty much what we got, what I've picked up so far directly for the trailer. Do you want to go through the bedding, hun, or that's just
go for
basic
it.
Stuff there. Okay, well, we just picked up a couple things, you know, there's going to be lots of things we're going to pick up. Yes, we picked up a little can opener, a good thing to have. This is a nozzle, which could be used on an extra hose, but we also have an exterior hose in our camper that we wanted a little nozzle for. This stuff is just really pretty basic here, you know, obviously. We got good pillows. It's going to be the first time we're going to have good pillows camping, because we always just, when we go camping, wherever we're at, just buy cheap pillows and then usually throw them away when we're done. But we decided we could splurge and get some pretty decent pillows this time. And of course, now we have a real bed. So we have comforter, which is good, and pillowcases. Lee says she bought this, I'm not convinced, for Baxter to lay on because it'll be soft in the back, but I think she just liked that.
No comment.
And of course, sheets, basic things like that we need, you know, because you need your basic household stuff. And another one that Lee came up with a good excuse for was this great big pillow, because that was also soft. Her reasoning for that was that then we'd have pillows if somebody stayed and we had to fold out the dinette into a bed. So So on that one, I went with her. That's pretty much what we've gotten. I do have one other thing which I did get, which I'll let you know how they work. I'm not really, that's just stuff for a phone in the car. But I had gotten these a while ago, and I did hook them up and did drive around a bit. They seem to do pretty good. I'll let you know if they last in the long run, to tell you the truth. But these are extended side mirrors, which clip onto your rear view mirror. A lot of people try driving without these. They think they can see okay, but from what I can see, even with my mirrors, is I can see partially down the side, but I can't see anything that's behind me. And yes, I used to drive a long time ago. I used to drive tractor trailer, and I know what you need to see in that to be safe, and regular mirrors aren't going to do it. So I'm going to try these. They do have a little wobble to them, but really it's not too bad. You can expect that kind of thing to wobble a little bit, but even older large tractor trailer mirrors will wobble a little bit. And it doesn't mean that you can't see that there's something there, so that part's important. We'll see how they last in the long run. If not, there are regular towing mirrors available for this vehicle that I can get. I just don't want to go to the expense of that yet. And if I'm only towing once in a great while, these probably would be all right now. We plan to be towing more than that, but I got these really just to get started, because all of the other expense, I didn't want to get into everything. I thought, okay, we'll give these a try first. And at least that way we'll have a review on what those look like. So that is pretty much what we have gotten here. And what I'm going to do is we're going to put this stuff all into the camper and see if we can find good places for it. So that's what I have for right now. Do you have anything to add, Lee?
No, I think it was really informative, though.
Okay. That's what we got. We'll let you know how all this stuff works out, too.
Stay tuned for our next video.